Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Tonight, we're diving into some seriously messed up stuff. 5 real disturbing stories in the dark web that I wish I'd never heard about. These are the kinds of things that make you question humanity and keep you up at night. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we've got way more terrifying stories coming your way. Alright, let's get into it. Story 1, The Silent Viewer. Imagine this. You're sitting alone in your apartment late at night, the only light coming from your laptop screen, and you swear you just saw something move in the corner of the room. But when you look, nothing's there. Before I tell you this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more horrifying stuff on the way. Okay, so this happened to a guy named Jake from Seattle, Washington. Jake was your typical tech guy in his mid-20s, working remote for some software company. He was curious about the dark web, heard all the rumors on forums about hidden sites and weird marketplaces. One night, bored out of his mind, he downloads Tor and starts poking around. Nothing too crazy at first. Some sketchy forums, links to buy stuff he shouldn't. But then he stumbles on this Onion site that's just a blank page with single links saying live feeds, enter at your own risk. Curiosity gets the better of him, right? He clicks it. The page loads slow, like it's streaming from nowhere. Suddenly, there's a grid of thumbnails, hundreds of them. Each one looks like a webcam feed. People's living rooms, bedrooms, kitchens. Some are empty. Some have people sleeping or watching TV. Jake thinks it's hack security cams or something, like those sites where people stream baby monitors by accident. He clicks one randomly. It's a bedroom, dim light, someone asleep under the covers. The camera angle is from the corner of the ceiling, like a hidden cam. Jake watches for a minute, feeling creepy but fascinated. Then the person in bed shifts, and the feed has a chat box pop up on the side with usernames watching. No one types anything. It's just silent. Jake closes it, heart pounding a bit, but he can't stop. He clicks another, a kitchen in what looks like a suburban house. A woman making coffee, oblivious. Another, an office, guy typing on his computer. Hours pass, and Jake's glued to it, scrolling through feeds from all over New York apartments, California houses, even some in the Midwest. That's when things get weird. One feed shows a living room that looks exactly like his. Same couch, same TV stand, same mess of cables on the floor. Jake freezes. The angle is from above his bookshelf, a spot where there's no camera. He's alone in the apartment, or so he thinks. The feed is live. He can see himself sitting there, staring at the screen. Panic hits. He slams the laptop shut, jumps up, checks every corner, under the bed, closets. Nothing. He unplugs everything, even his router. But the next morning, he boots up again just to check if it was a glitch. The site loads and his feed is still there. Now there's a new chat message from an anonymous user. Good morning, Jake. Enjoy the show. He never figured out how they got the cam in his place. Maybe through some malware from earlier browsing. Jake moved out of that apartment in Seattle a week later, changed all his devices, even got offline for months. But he said for weeks after, he'd wake up to strange silences in the house, like someone was watching, waiting for him to move. And sometimes in the dead of night, he'd hear a faint click, like a camera focusing. The twist? Years later, someone leaked that the site wasn't just viewing, it was bidding. Viewers could pay in crypto to interact, like making noises or worse through connected smart devices. Jake thinks he got off lucky because he logged off fast, but who knows how many others didn't. Story 2, The Shadow Bidder. Imagine scrolling through a dark web auction site late at night, thinking you're just window shopping for weird memorabilia, when you realize the item up for bid is an object. It's a piece of your own life, listed with details only you should know. Before I tell you this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more horrifying stuff on the way. Alright folks, this one's going to make you double check your online footprints, because it's about how the dark web can turn your everyday secrets into currency. Meet Tyler Hayes from Denver, Colorado. Tyler was a 28-year-old graphic designer, the creative type who thrived on late-night inspiration sessions in his loft apartment overlooking the Rocky Mountains. He had that mile-high city energy, hiking on weekends at Red Rocks, grabbing craft beers at local spots like Ratio Beer Works, and freelancing for ad agencies. Life was good, uncomplicated. He wasn't deep into tech. Sure, he used social media, shopped online, but he figured two-factor authentication kept the bad guys out. Little did he know, the bad guys were already bidding on him. It started innocently enough back in early 2025. Tyler was researching vintage posters for a client project. Think old concert flyers from the 70s. Google led him to some shady sites, and curiosity pulled him toward the dark web. He'd heard about it from podcasts. Figured why not peek? Downloaded Tor on a whim, browsed a few marketplaces. Nothing crazy. Fake designer stuff, bootleg movies. Then he stumbled on Shadow Auctions, a site promising unique, one-of-a-kind items you won't find anywhere else. The layout was slick for the dark web, dark mode with red accents, live timers ticking down on lots. Tyler clicked around, amused. Lots for rare coins, stolen art scans, even digital blueprints for gadgets. One category caught his eye, personal echoes. Sounded poetic, like custom stories or something. He entered the room, password protected, but a quick forum tip got him in. Inside, auctions for life snippets, emails, photos, even full identity kits. Tyler thought it was roleplay or scams, people selling fake data for laughs. He bid on a dummy lot, a forgotten diary scan for 0.01 BTC, just a test. Didn't win, forgot about it. Fast forward to January 5th, 2026. Yep, today, which amps up the chill factor. Denver's blanketed in snow, the kind that muffles everything, turning the city into a silent white canvas. Tyler's up late, sketching his loft, the only light from his dual monitors and a flickering street lamp outside. His phone buzzes with a crypto wall alert, a small refund from that old bid. Weird, but he shrugs it off. Bored, he fires up Tor again, heads back to Shadow Auctions for inspiration, maybe some creepy art ideas. The site loads, and right on the front page, a feature lot. Tyler Hayes Shadow, complete profile. His name, his photo, a recent selfie from Instagram, hiking at Mount Evans last summer. Starting bid, 5 BTC. Description, 28/M, Denver, Colorado. Full access, emails, bank logs, location history, family ties. Bonus, live feed option. Tyler's blood runs cold. He clicks the details, screenshots of his emails, including one to his mom about holiday plans, his Venmo transactions, even a map of his daily routes. Pinned his apartment at 1600 Glenarm Place. The room feels heavier, the snow outside pressing against the windows like a barrier, trapping him in. He hears the faint hum of his heater, but it sounds wrong, almost like static whispering. Shadows from the loft's high ceiling stretch down the walls, pooling at his feet. Tyler slams the laptop shut, paces, checks doors and windows. Locked. He texts his buddy Mark. Dude, think I'm hacked. Call me. No response. It's 2 a.m. Morning comes slow, the sun barely piercing the clouds. Tyler skips work, dives into damage control, changes passwords, enables every security feature, even calls his bank to freeze accounts. But doubt lingers. That afternoon, back on the site he can't resist, the auction's climbing, bids at 12 BTC. Chat room attached. Anonymous users commenting. Nice portfolio. Add his girlfriend's deets. Live cam bid, make it interactive. Tyler's girlfriend Mia, a teacher in Boulder. They'd been dating 6 months. How did they know? The buildup hits him like waves. First, small things. His smart fridge beeps oddly, displaying error code that look like coordinates. Then at night, silence broken by faint pings from his phone. Notifications deleted before he sees them. Shadows in the corners of his eye, like someone logging in remotely. He installs antivirus, scans clean. But the auction updates. New photos uploaded. Him in his apartment yesterday. Sipping coffee, unaware. Paranoia sets in. January 7th. He meets me at a cafe in Lodo. Tells her everything. She's freaked. Suggests police. But what proof? Dark web stuff sounds crazy. That night, alone, Tyler hears footsteps in the hallway. building noise, or he peeks out, empty, but his door cam he installed one quick, glitches, showing a shadow figure pausing outside before vanishing. By January 10th, the bid's at 50 BTC. Details escalate. Medical records, childhood photos scanned from family albums. Tyler digs forums for answers. Learns Shadow Auction specializes in harvested lives, data stolen via phishing links or malware from innocent browsers. His old bid? It installed a Trojan, silent, patient, echoing his data to sellers. He anonymously tips the FBI via a library computer, but days pass with no raid. Meanwhile, the site taunts. A private message to his bidder account. Enjoy the preview, Tyler. Highest bidder gets control. Control? Turns out, winners could remote access devices, manipulate smart home stuff, turn on cams, lock doors digitally. Nights turn torturous. Snowstorms rage outside, isolating him. Silence in a loft broken by unexplained whispers from speakers. His own voice, echo back from old calls. Shadows dance as lights flicker. Power surges he blames on weather, but fears are hacks. Mia stays over. But even she notices a cold draft where none should be, eyes watching from screens. Climax on January 15th. Auction ends. Winner, anonymous, 120 BTC. Tyler waits, braced. Nothing at first. Then his lights dim. Phone rings. Unknown number. He answers. Distorted voice. Thanks for the shadow, Tyler. We'll take good care. Click. His front door unlocks remotely. Smart lock hacked. He bolts it manual, heart exploding. He flees to Mia's in Boulder, ditches devices, goes analog. But the twist that shattered him? Weeks later, checking from a burner, the site lists a new lot. Mia Ellis Echo, fresh harvest. With his data as the hook. The auction wasn't random. It was a chain. Bidders infect victims. Sell on. Shadows multiply in silence. Tyler's bid back in 2025. He unknowingly started on someone else. Echoing back to him now. Last heard. Tyler's off-grid in the Rockies, no tech. Just echoes of regret in the wind. But shadows linger. Whispers in the trees. Unseen eyes in the dark. The dark web doesn't forget. It bids, waits, and claims. This story's a reminder. Every click casts a shadow. If it got under your skin, like and subscribe for more. Stay vigilant out there. Story 3. The Vanishing Roommate. Imagine coming home to your shared apartment after a long day. Calling out your roommate's name like always, and getting no answer. Not because they're out, but because every trace of them ever existing has been quietly erased while you were gone. Before I tell you this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more horrifying stuff on the way. Okay, strap in, because this one is pure psychological nightmare fuel. It happened to a woman named Brooke Carter from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Brooke was 26, a barista at a cozy coffee shop in Rittenhouse Square, studying part-time for her nursing degree at Temple University. She lived in a 2-bedroom apartment in a converted row house in Fishtown. Exposed brick walls, creaky hardwood floors, the kind of place that's charming until the heat goes out in winter. She shared it with her roommate, Ethan Walsh, a 29-year-old sound engineer who worked freelance gigs at venues around the city like the Fillmore and Union Transfer. They'd been roommates for almost 2 years, found each other through a Facebook group, and got along great. No drama. Split bills evenly. Even watched true crime docs together on the couch with takeout from Pizza Brain down the street. Ethan was reliable in that quiet way. Always paid rent on the first, left passive-aggressive notes if someone forgot to take out the trash, but mostly kept himself with his headphones on, editing tracks late into the night. Brooke knew his routines, his black Jeep parked out front, the faint smell of his closed cigarettes lingering in the hallway, the low bass thump bleeding through his bedroom wall when he was working. Everything was normal until the evening of January 3rd, 2026. Philly was locked in a brutal cold front. Sidewalks glazed with ice, the Schuylkill River half frozen. Brooke finished her shift at 7 p.m., cheeks numb from the wind whipping down Walnut Street. She texted Ethan on her walk home, picking up cheesesteaks from D'Alessandro's. Want one? He replied instantly. Hell yes. Extra whiz. Classic Ethan. She got home around 8:15, arms full of steaming foil-wrapped sandwiches, snowflakes melting in her hair. "Ethan, food's here." No answer. The apartment was dark except for the glow of the street lamp filtering through the living room blinds. His bedroom door was closed, no light underneath. She figured he was out on a gig or wearing headphones. She left the sandwich on the counter with a sticky note. "Don't let it get cold, loser." By midnight, Brooke was in bed scrolling TikTok, waiting for the familiar sound of his key in the lock. Nothing. She texted again. "You alive?" No response. She shrugged. Maybe he crashed at friends after a show. Fell asleep. January 4th morning. Brooke wakes up to silence. No coffee brewing. No shower running. Ethan's usual routine. His bedroom door still closed. She knocks. "Ethan? You home?" Nothing. She tries the knob. Unlocked. The room is empty. Bed made perfectly, like no one slept in it. His laptop gone from the desk. Posters still on the walls, but drawers open and empty. Closet bare, no clothes, no shoes. It's like he moved out overnight without a sound. Weird, but maybe he got a last-minute gig out of town? She calls him, straight to voicemail. Texts, blue bubbles, no delivered checkmark. His Jeep isn't on the street. She checks the living room. His gaming console still hooked to the TV, but his controller's missing. The bathroom, his toothbrush gone, cologne shelf empty. A cold prickle runs up her spine, but she pushes it down. People ghost roommates sometimes, right? Bad, but possible. That afternoon, she messages their mutual friend Jake, who books shows. "Have you seen Ethan?" He vanished. Jake replies fast. "Who?" Brooke stares at the screen. "Ethan Walsh? Your sound guy? My roommate." Jake. "Brooke, you've lived alone since I met you. That apartment's a one-bedroom you converted, remember?" Her stomach drops. She met Jake through Ethan. They hung out all the time. She sends Jake a photo. The three of them at a Sixers game last month. Ethan in the middle holding a beer. Jake. That's AI generated or something. I don't know that dude. The photo is still in her camera roll, timestamp, geotag Wells Fargo Center. But when she reverse searches it, nothing comes up, like it never existed. The apartment starts feeling wrong. Too quiet. The second bedroom, Ethan's room, feels colder than the rest, shadows pooling deeper in the corners even with the light on. Brooke stands in the doorway, and the silence presses in thick, like the air itself is holding its breath. She hears faint echoes sometimes. A door closing down the hall when she's in the kitchen, footsteps overhead when she's on the top floor. But the building has no upstairs neighbors in her unit. January 4th night. She can't sleep, lies in bed staring at the ceiling. City lights striping the walls through blinds. Around 3 a.m., she hears it, low bass thump in the empty bedroom, like Ethan's late-night editing sessions. She freezes, gets up, creeps to the door. Music stops the second she touches the knob. Opens it, nothing. Room empty, colder than before, breath fogging slightly. She starts digging online. Searches Ethan's name plus Philadelphia. 0 results. No LinkedIn, no SoundCloud with his mixes, no Instagram she followed for 2 years. His Venmo? Account not found. But her transaction history shows 2 years of rent payments to Ethan Walsh. Screenshots them quick before they vanish too. They don't. Yet. January 5th, today, Brooke calls off work, sits in the living room with all lights on. The apartment feels bigger, hallways longer. She finds an old dark web link in her browser history from months ago. Ethan had shown it to her once, laughing about weird lost media forums. Curiosity and desperation make her click it. Site called Vanished Threads. Grid of posts, missing people, but not like milk carton kids. Adults who unexisted. Photos, stories, evidence that fades. She searches Ethan Walsh, Philadelphia. One thread, posted yesterday. Title, Roommate Echo, Fishtown Row House. Description matches her apartment exactly. Brick walls, creaky third stair, even a cracked tile in the bathroom. Attached photos, her living room from angles she doesn't recognize. One shows her asleep on the couch last week, Ethan in the foreground taking the selfie, smiling, alive. The last post in the thread, timestamp 2 a.m. today. Final fade complete. Echo absorbed. Next tenant ready. Below it, a new photo. Brooke's bedroom door from the inside, taken while she slept last night. The shadow of the photographer falls across her bed. She drops the phone, runs to the front door, deadbolt locked from inside, windows painted shut from decades ago. Heart pounding. She grabs a knife from the kitchen, backs into the corner. The silence is absolute now. No traffic outside, no neighbors like the city paused. Then she hears it. Footsteps in the empty bedroom. Slow, deliberate. Door creaks open by itself. Brooke hasn't been heard from since this morning. Her phone goes straight to voicemail. The apartment listing popped up on Zillow this afternoon, vacant, recently refreshed. Photos showing only one bedroom now. Walls repainted, no trace of a second door. But if you look close at the listing pics, in the reflection of the living room window, some people swear they see a faint figure standing behind a photographer, tall, headphones around neck, smiling like he belongs there. The twist that leaves you frozen? The vanished threads site isn't archiving the missing. It's recruiting. Every person who reads a thread too closely, who feels that prickle of recognition, becomes the next echo. The dark web doesn't steal people. It erases them quietly, one shared apartment at a time, until no one remembers they were ever real. And the scariest part? If you're listening to this story and starting to doubt your own memories, it might already be too late. Stay safe, guys. Check on your roommates tonight. Like, comment if this one got to you, and subscribe, because some doors once noticed can't be closed again. Story 4, the deepfake doppelganger. Imagine checking your phone one night and seeing a video call from your best friend, except she's staring back with eyes that aren't quite right, pleading for help in a voice that sounds just a little too perfect, and you realize too late that the real her is already gone. Before I tell you this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more horrifying stuff on the way. Alright, listen close. This one's about a guy named Dylan Ramirez from San Francisco, California. Dylan was 27, a graphic designer working from home in a cramped studio apartment in the Mission District. You know the type. Exposed brick walls, fairy lights strung across the ceiling, a desk cluttered with tablets and half-finished sketches. He loved his gig, creating album covers for indie bands, sipping coffee from ritual roasters down the block, and hanging out with his tight-knit group of friends from college. His best friend was Sophia Morales, 26, a barista at a hipster spot in the Castro, who'd been his ride or die since freshman year at SF State. They texted constantly, met up for tacos at El Farolito every Thursday, shared everything from bad date stories to job frustrations. Sophia was a vibrant one, loud laugh, always posting selfies on Instagram with her signature red lipstick, organizing game nights where they play cards against humanity until 2 a.m. Dylan relied on her. She was the one who dragged him out when he got too buried in work. Their friendship was solid, unbreakable, or so he thought. It started innocently enough in late December 2025. Dylan was scrolling late one night, the city fog rolling in outside his window, muffling the distant sirens. His phone buzzed with a FaceTime from Sophia. Weird, she usually texted first. He answered, grinning. Hey, Soph, what's up? Her face filled the screen, but something fell off immediately. The lighting was too perfect, her apartment in the background too still. Dylan, she said, her voice smooth but flat, like an echo. I need your help. I'm in trouble. His smile faded. What? Are you okay? I'm at my place, but someone's here. They took my phone. This is all I could do. Her eyes darted sideways, but there was no fear in them. Just a blank stare. Dylan leaned closer. Her skin looked flawless. No pores, no imperfections. The way her lips moved didn't quite sync with the words. Sophia, you're scaring me. Call the cops. Where are you exactly? I can't. They're watching. Please come over. Bring cash. $500. It's the only way. She hung up abruptly. Dylan's heart raced. He grabbed his keys, threw on a hoodie against the chilly Bay Area night, and Ubered to her apartment in No Valley, A cute Victorian walk-up with flower boxes in the windows. The ride felt endless. The streets empty, fog swirling under streetlights. He banged on her door. No answer. He tried calling, straight to voicemail. Panicked, he texted their group chat. Sophia's in trouble, headed to her place. Anyone hear from her? Responses flooded in. What? She was fine earlier. I'll call her. But no one had heard anything weird. The door creaked open when he pushed. It was unlocked. Inside, the apartment was silent. Too silent. No TV hum. No fridge buzz. Sophia's living room looked normal. Couch cushions askew, her laptop open on the coffee table. But the air felt heavy, like the quiet before a storm. Sophia, he whispered. A noise from the bedroom. A faint rustle. He crept down the hall, phone flashlight on. The door was ajar. He pushed it open. Sophia sat on her bed, back to him, staring at the wall. Dylan, she said without turning. You came. Relief washed over him. God, you scared me. What happened? She turned slowly. Her face was perfect, too perfect. No smile lines, eyes unblinking. Thank you for coming. I need the money now. That's when he noticed her phone on the nightstand. Screen cracked. And her hands, trembling slightly, but the movements jerky, like a video lagging. Sophia, you don't sound right. Her head tilted unnaturally. I'm fine. Just give me the cash, and it'll all be over. Dylan's skin crawled. He backed up, glancing at the laptop in the living room. He bolted back, slammed it open. The screen woke to a video call interface, active with a timer ticking. The caller ID, unknown AI proxy. On the feed, a live view of Sophia's bedroom, from her perspective. But the real Sophia was frozen, eyes wide in terror, duct tape over her mouth, tied to a chair in the corner. A deepfake. Someone had used AI to clone her voice and face from her social media videos. Thousands of them. They'd hacked her accounts. Deepfaked a call to lure him here. The real Sophia struggled against her bonds, muffled screams escaping from the bedroom. The fake Sophia stood, her movements glitching now. Dylan, don't leave. We need to talk. He grabbed a lamp, smashed the laptop. The deepfake flickered out, but the fake Sophia lunged, impossibly fast, hands like vices. Up close, her skin felt cold, synthetic, not human. A drone? A robot? He fought back, shoving her into the wall. She crumpled, wires sparking from her neck. Not Sophia, a lifelike android, programmed with her likeness. He freed the real Sophia, who sobbed. They took me last night, said they were making content for the dark web. Deepfake me for scams, blackmail. You're next. They fled to the police, but by morning, the apartment was empty. No android, no evidence. Sophia's accounts wiped clean. The group chat messages deleted like they never happened. Dylan couldn't sleep after that. Nights in his apartment, the fog pressing against the windows. He'd hear his phone buzz. Unknown calls. He'd peek, his own face staring back, pleading for help. Dylan, it's me. Come quick. He'd change numbers, move apartments. But the calls find him. The silence between rings is the worst. Thick, waiting, shadows in his peripheral vision shift, like something watching. He hears his own voice whispering from vents. We're not done. The twist that broke him? Last week, he got a package. A USB drive with videos. Not deep fakes. Him, sleeping, eating alone. Filmed from inside his apartment. The note. Your turn to be the star. Subscribe for more. Dylan's off-grid now. No devices. Crashing on couches. But friends say he still checks old phones. Terrified his face will call again. The dark web doesn't just steal data. It clones you, replaces you, until you're the ghost. This story is why you never answer unknown calls. If it chilled you, like and subscribe. We've got more coming. Stay real out there. Story 5, The Mirror That Remembers. Imagine glancing into your bathroom mirror one ordinary morning, expecting to see your tired reflection staring back. But instead, the glass shows you from yesterday, brushing your teeth, smiling at something off-screen. while you stand frozen, realizing the mirror is no longer reflecting the present. Before I tell you this story, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot more horrifying stuff on the way. Alright, this final one is the kind that sticks with you long after the lights go out. It happened to a woman named Harper Ellis from Portland, Oregon. Harper was 31, a freelance photographer who specialized in moody urban shots, rain-slicked streets, neon signs bleeding color into puddles, the whole Pacific Northwest aesthetic. She lived alone in a renovated loft in the Pearl District, high ceilings, massive windows overlooking the Willamette River, and huge vintage mirrors she'd salvaged from an old theater downtown. The mirror was her favorite piece. Floor to ceiling, ornate gold frame chipped in places, glass slightly wavy from age. She used it for outfit checks, lighting tests, sometimes even as a backdrop for self-portraits. It hung in her bathroom, opposite the clawfoot tub, catching the soft glow of string lights she kept draped around the frame. Harper's life was quiet but full. Weekdays shooting for local magazines, weekends hiking in Forest Park, or editing photos over pour-overs at Stumptown Coffee. She dated casually, had a close circle of friends, posted her work on Instagram where she had a modest following. Nothing dramatic until the morning of December 28, 2025. Portland was deep in its rainy season. Gray skies endless. Streets perpetually wet. Harper woke up late after a long editing session, shuffled to the bathroom in her oversized hoodie, toothbrush in hand. She flipped on the light, squeezed paste, and looked up. The mirror didn't show her. It showed her from the previous morning. Same hoodie, same messy bun, brushing her teeth with the exact same rhythm. Yesterday, Harper smiled at something on her phone, then rinsed and left the frame. Present Harper stood frozen, toothbrush dripping, staring as a mirror continued to loop. Empty bathroom, steam from a shower that had already happened. Then yesterday, Harper returning to fix her hair. She dropped the toothbrush, backed out, heart slamming. What the hell? She checked the glass. No camera, no screen, just old mercury backing. She waved her hand. Nothing waved back. The mirror kept playing yesterday on repeat. She told herself it was a hallucination, lack of sleep, maybe carbon monoxide. Opened windows, drank coffee, went for a walk in the drizzle along the waterfront. By evening, she almost convinced herself it was nothing. But when she returned, the mirror had advanced, now showing this morning's panic. Her dropping the toothbrush, backing away, delayed but catching up. The dread settled in slow. That night, she covered the mirror with a sheet, slept fitfully, the loft too quiet except for rain drumming on the skylight. Around 3 a.m., she heard it, a faint splash in the bathroom, like water running. She crept to the door, peeked under the sheet. The mirror glowed faintly, showing her asleep in bed moments ago, tossing under the covers. She yanked the sheet off. The reflection stopped, showed her now, pale, wide-eyed, normal. Relief lasted seconds. Then the Harper in the mirror smiled, while real Harper did not. January 1st, 2026, New Year's Day. Harper avoided the bathroom, used the gym downstairs as shower. Friends texted party invites. She lied about feeling sick. She researched online. Haunted mirrors, smart glass hacks, optical illusions. Nothing fit. That evening, curiosity won. She stood in front of it again. The mirror showed her from hours earlier, researching on her laptop, scrolling forums. Then it skipped. Showed her standing there now, but from a slightly different angle, like the mirror itself was watching independently. She raised her right hand. Mirror Harper raised her left. The apartment grew colder, shadows deepening in corners despite all lights on. Silence pressed in, no rain sound, no traffic from Burnside below. Just her breathing and the faint hum that seemed to come from the glass itself. January 2nd. She tried to remove the mirror. It weighed a ton, bolted to the wall from the building's old days. She called the landlord, voicemail, posted anonymously on a dark web forum she bookmarked for weird tech stories, mirrors showing past/delayed reflections. Portland, posted photos of the frame, the loft, replies trickled in slowly. One user, memory glass, don't look too long. Another link, an Onion site called Reflections Archive. Against every instinct, she clicked. The site was simple. Black background, thumbnails of mirrors, hundreds, each labeled with dates, locations. She searched Portland Loft Pearl District. One result, her mirror. Photos from inside her bathroom. Timestamps going back years. Previous tenants brushing teeth, crying, arguing, sleeping. The last clip, her, standing in front of it right now, but from the mirror's perspective, her back to it, staring at the laptop screen. She spun around. The real mirror showed empty bathroom. But on the site, the feed continued live. Her spinning, looking terrified. The realization hit like ice water. The mirror wasn't haunted or hacked. It remembered. Every moment in front of it, stored, looped, shared. The dark website archived lives reflected, sold access in crypto. Viewers could request moments, pay to watch specific days, control playback. January 3rd, Harper stopped looking entirely, taped cardboard over it, slept on the couch facing away, but the silence grew heavier. She heard whispers, not words, just her own voice murmuring from behind the cardboard. Footsteps in the bathroom when she was in the kitchen. Shadows stretching wrong across the hardwood. She messaged a friend, Lena, to come over. Lena arrived concerned. Harper explained, pulled off the cardboard. The mirror showed empty bathroom, normal reflection of them both. Lena laughed nervously. Girl, you need sleep? They drank wine, watched a movie in the living room. Lena left around midnight. January 4th, Harper woke to silence again. No city sounds. She walked to the bathroom, pulled the cardboard down. The mirror showed Lena leaving last night, waving goodbye. Then it showed Harper waking up this morning, walking to the bathroom, approaching the mirror. It was real time again. She exhaled in relief. Then Mirror Harper kept walking after Real Harper stopped. Mirror Harper reached out, touched the glass from inside, smiled wider than Real Harper ever had, whispered something soundless. Real Harper backed away. The mirror went dark, no reflection at all, just black glass. She ran to it, waved, nothing, touched it, cold, solid. Her phone buzzed on the counter. A video call from herself, her own contact photo. She answered, shaking. Her face filled the screen, but eyes wrong, too bright. Harper, it said in her voice, you've been watching us for years. Now we watch back. Behind the on-screen Harper, her loft but empty, no furniture, dust covered. And in the background, the mirror, showing Real Harper holding the phone, screaming silently. She dropped it, ran for the door. Locked from inside, deadbolt turned on its own. Windows wouldn't budge. She grabbed a hammer, swung at the mirror. Glass shattered, but no shards fell. Just black void, humming louder. Last anyone heard from Harper was a frantic voicemail to Lena on January 5th. Today, it's not remembering the past. It's showing the future. I'm still in here. Don't look. Lena called police. They found the loft empty, mirror intact, reflecting nothing but bare walls. Furniture gone. Photos deleted from Harper's cloud. Socials wiped. The listing went up hours later. Stunning Pearl District loft, unique antique mirror included. But late at night, if you visit the Reflections Archive site and search her listing, there's a new live feed. Harper, trapped inside the glass, pounding silently, aging slowly as days pass outside. Viewers pay premium to interact, make her relive moments, loop her screams. The twist that leaves you staring at your own reflection too long? The mirror didn't start remembering on its own. Harper installed it, posed in front of it for thousands of photos, fed it her image willingly. We all do, phones, webcams, smart mirrors. The dark web just found a way to make the reflection stay. So next time you check yourself in the mirror, ask, is it really you looking back? Or something that remembers you better than you remember yourself? That's it for our 10 stories. If your skin's crawling and you can't look at screens the same way, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We've got more darkness coming. Stay safe, and maybe cover the mirrors tonight.